What about time limits? Have they changed?
They have to some extent, and the way that they have changed is actually dramatically different. So first you have the standard limitation, and that is the period for bringing claims. It remains a 3-year period. So it's 3 years from when the injured person became aware of the damage, the defectiveness of the product, and the identity of the liable operator. That hasn't changed. What has changed is the long stop date. So it's still, in the long stop date, let me explain, is the date by which a claim becomes extinguished. In other words, it cannot be brought no matter what. That date is still a 10-year period like it has been for the last 40 plus years. However, in circumstances where there is latent injury, in other words, where the injury, according to medical evidence, is slow to emerge, again, maybe like a mesothelioma case or maybe a chemical case that causes damage that takes years and years for your body to demonstrate it's injured or demonstrate the damage, that period has been extended to 25 years. And that is significant, particularly relevant to pharmaceutical products, medical devices, and products with latent harm profiles.
What is the strategic takeaway from all the changes that you just mentioned?
So this directive represents a fundamental departure from established principles of civil liability. The traditional requirement that claimants prove their case and have the burden of proof, that has been replaced with a system of presumptions that shift the burden onto defendants in some cases, sometimes even before the claimant has even demonstrated any viable basis for a claim. And then you have the combination of mandatory disclosure triggered by plausible allegations, multiple overlapping presumptions, vague terminology, and extended time limits. That all creates a regime whereby defendants face significant exposure regardless of whether their products are actually defective. This raises serious questions about proportionality, legal certainty, and adherence to the rule of law.